Hey, what's up guys and gals, Nineg here. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about Gilligan's Island, more specifically about a Gilligan's Island episode where you'll be absolutely surprised at what happened to one of the characters of Gilligan's Island. You didn't know that this character died. Yep, absolutely died. And in fact, they probably didn't include that in the actual episode because of censoring, because it was a little too harsh for the audience at the time. That is, the audiences in 1965, because that is when this episode came out. Came out December 30th, 1965, and it was called Erica Tiffany Smith to the Rescue. Now, it's from Season 2 of Gilligan's Island, Episode 15. Remember, the show only ran 3 seasons, 99 episodes. This is Episode 51. Now, in this one, we have the beautiful socialite Erica Tiffany Smith, played by the guest starring actress Zsa Zsa Gabor. Now, she arrives on the island and, in fact, wants to buy the island and build a resort there. She has a little bit of money, of course. Now, the skipper sees her and falls madly in love with her and even tries to impress her. However, she only has eyes for one man, and that's the professor. It's an episode where we see a lot of the professor, and for the first time, you can see that he's enamored with a woman. However, if you watch the entire episode, it doesn't really work out in the end. But now, who is this character that I'm mentioning, who I'm talking about, who actually dies in this episode? Well, a couple of things to mention. Of course, we have 2 guest stars, Zsa Zsa Gabor and Michael Whitney. We'll talk about Michael Whitney in just a little bit. But in the beginning of the episode, we have kind of an unusual thing. It's the exposition. It's a beginning opening shot of a boat coming on the island with Erica Tiffany Smith and a sailor who is with her. Now, this sailor we later know because she talks to him and calls him Johnny. So this man is named Johnny, and he's played by the actor Michael Whitney. Now, this guy, Michael Whitney, of course, playing Johnny, so I'm going to refer to him from now on as Johnny. He's the one who navigates to get her on the island. He says, "Hey, do you want me to stay with you?" And she says, no, you go along. You just come back before tea time. I think she says around 6 o'clock. So he says, okay, I wish you would let me stay with you, but I'll let you be. And he leaves. Now, not only that, but he's wearing a sailor's hat, or a Navy hat, which is pretty important. I mean, this man has to know charts. He has to know navigation. He has to know where he is. There's really no other way around it, and this is important to know. Now, he sails off, she stays on the island, the whole story goes along with, Erica Tiffany Smith and the professor, and then she finally leaves. There's a big, typhoon and storm at the end of the episode, and we don't see the actress or the character anymore. We just see the castaways packing, getting ready to leave. This is how the episode ends, when finally they hear over the radio, they hear only her, Erica Tiffany Smith, over the radio, saying that she knows where these castaways are. Where are they? She's like, well, you take a left at this flower, and boom, you get there. And then how did I get back? I made a U-turn. That was her directions. Her directions were in Hungarian, and she translated them into English. The Navy was they were not able to figure out where she actually went to, and she couldn't tell them because she didn't know anything about navigation. But there's a plot hole, right? You may think, what happened to the sailor Johnny? Why didn't he say something? Oh, this is a mistake. This is a blooper. He should have said something. Well, no, this is not a blooper. This is not a mistake, because if he really took her back, he absolutely would have known the coordinates of the island. So what happened? Well, according to the creator of the show, this is not something that I made up. This is something that Sherwood Schwartz, a creator of the show, later revealed, and that is that the sailor who brought Erica to the island should know himself where the island was. And this is his quote. This is what he said. He revealed that actually that particular sailor had a coronary and died. If you want to know the underlying truth, end quote. Now, Sherwood Schwartz saying this is a pretty big thing, because we have to assume that she got back safely. So then essentially she got back. He brought her back safely on the boat. As soon as she docked, within a couple minutes, within a relatively quick time, he had a coronary medical issue. That is the character, and died. That is why he could not relay essentially where the island was and rescue the castaways. That was the explanation, but they didn't include it into the actual show, into the episode, because it was a little too harsh. That was the explanation. I think this is pretty mind-blowing. I've never found something like this in the show where it was so essentially so crazy for the 60s that they didn't reveal this and that character died. I mean, he looked healthy, but obviously something was going on with him, and that's the explanation for the story. I want to know your thoughts down below. What do you think by this? Do you think this is surprising by Sherwood Schwartz that this was his explanation? I mean, this is canon, meaning this is what happened according to the story. This is the creator of the show, so his word is gold with this. You can't go around what Sherwood Schwartz says. Love to know your thoughts down below. Did you know this? Is this super surprising, the passing away of this sailor character? I want to know your thoughts down below. We'll see you all next time. Thank you for the support, and most importantly, be hopeful. Thank you so much to all my supporters, especially my Diamond tier patrons: Jerry D, Ricky, Citizen K359, Jennifer P, David D, Kevin K, Sally Ann, and Vito L. If you want to be on this list, make sure to check out my Patreon description in the link below. Thank you so much again.